let you know that I feel light. Let's strike through my fingers to my toes, and I've looked everywhere until I found you. Look like home, and I hope you stick around. And I say, oh my God, I had to let you know that I feel light. Let's strike through my fingers to my toes, and I looked everywhere until I found you. Look like home, and I hope you stick around.
All right, on this trip, I'm going to try a new sleeping mat. This is the Zempire MonstaLite. I'll put the details down below. But I love my Sea to Summit, but it's massive. It's the biggest thing that I pack on my bike. So I wanted to try something that would pack down smaller. This is like half to a third of the size of my Sea to Summit Comfort Plus. And I think it's going to be pretty comfy, pretty close. The bag is also a inflation sack for it as well, which is why it's so oversized. But I'm going to inflate it with one of my favorite gadgets instead. So let's blow it up. A friend is back. Camera shy.
It is the end of the day and it's time for some sleep. I'm looking forward to trying my new Zempire sleeping mat. It's pretty chilly outside, so we'll see how we go. It doesn't have any R value really, this mat, so hopefully it'll be warm enough. I'll let you know in the morning. See ya.
It's good, man. All right, we're sitting here in front of the lovely fire and having some coffee. First night impressions of the MonstaLite SGL inflatable camping mat. I like it. I like it a lot. It's pretty thick. I'll put exactly how thick here somewhere. But it's pretty thick once it's inflated. It's yay thick. I'm 6 foot tall, 183 centimeters, weigh 90 kilograms, and I'm also a bit of a side sleeper. I didn't touch the ground once. I didn't feel the ground at all. We're on some pretty rocky ground here. So it was super comfortable and quite big. Like, I'm a big dude, and I didn't feel like I was going to ever slip off of it or slide off the side. It took up the entire tent from end to end, so it fit nicely in the tent and took up exactly the right amount of space in the tent. I didn't ever feel like my feet were dangling off or my head was dangling off. It's quite big. I'll bring it out. We'll have a full look at it in a minute. The other thing I don't particularly like about air mattresses, which is why I initially went for the Sea to Summit Comfort Plus SI, that kind of has the foam in it. What I don't like about air mattresses is they tend to be noisy and squeaky because they're made out of plastic. And it kind of sounds like you're sleeping inside a potato chip bag most of the time. and it keeps you awake. But this one, not noisy at all. Very quiet, very quiet. It's got some sort of special material. Again, I'll do a more intelligent debrief of that in a second. But it has some special material that's not very noisy at all. And it seems quite thick, so it looks like it'd be pretty durable. G-mann suggested I ride my motorbike over it, but it's brand new and I don't want to do that just yet. But Zempire, if you want to send me one, I'll ride over that. But yeah, seems pretty durable, seems pretty thick. It's quiet, it's comfy. It inflates quickly with my little gadget. If you haven't seen my top 5 favorite motocamping gadgets, check it out here. You can inflate it with the sack that it comes in, but I didn't. I used my little inflation tool. Only took maybe 2 minutes to inflate it with that. So I like it. I like it a lot. It packs down much smaller than the Sea to Summit does. So I think I'll be taking that on most of my future trips.
So you can see it's a pretty decent size. I'm 183 centimeters, 6 foot tall, 90 kilos, and that is plenty big. You can see it's actually quite thick as well. So it's got a decent thickness to it. So when you're lying on it, you don't feel the floor. Even if you're a side sleeper, you don't feel the ground at all. So let me just show you size-wise. Plenty of headroom, plenty of feet room. Your arms don't fall off the side. It's actually really super comfortable. And as I said, one of my main criticisms of these kinds of is the noise they typically make, but there's no noise on this side. So this is the side you sleep on. The green side goes down on the ground. None of that plastic squeaky plastic noise you get out of a lot of other mats. So a great size for a normal size human, and we're super comfortable. It's going to be my go-to from here on. All right, to wrap up this review of the MonstaLite, I just want to start off by saying this isn't a sponsor review. Nobody gave me this mat for free, unfortunately. I paid for this with my own money, and this is my honest opinion. So the major goal was to find a sleeping mat that is comfortable and packs down considerably smaller than my Sea to Summit Comfort Plus SI. So this is the Sea to Summit Comfort Plus SI. It's a sleeping mat I've been using, and it's super comfortable and I really like it. But as you can see, it's pretty big. It takes up pretty much half a pannier all on its own. So I wanted to find something smaller that was equally as comfortable, but packed down considerably smaller. So this is what the MonstaLite looks like in comparison to the Sea to Summit. As you can see, much smaller diameter and size, much smaller pack down size than the Sea to Summit. It's less than half the size of the Sea to Summit. Now they probably weigh both about the same. The Sea to Summit's probably a little bit heavier, but I'm more concerned about volume than weight. And as you can see, this is going to free up some significant space in the panniers. Now onto the specs for those of you who are concerned with the nitty-gritty details. It's about 195 centimeters long, 66 centimeters wide, and about 8.5 centimeters thick. Very comfy. It comes with a little repair kit and a carry bag that also doubles as an inflation sack. You just plug the valve into the mattress, roll it up, squeeze the air into the mattress that way. So you've got a built-in inflation sack as well, which is nice. The base is a 75D poly, and the sleeping surface is a 30D super stretch polyester that has some sort of noise reduction treatment on it that actually works really well. It is not nearly as noisy as a lot of other inflation mats, which is what I really like about it. It doesn't really have much thermal resistance. The night I camped out, it was 8 or 9 degrees and it was perfectly fine. However, if you are going to be camping in colder climates, there's a thermo version of this that has an R value of 2.9. Very similar dimensions, just a tad thicker with some thermal coatings on it. In comparison, the Sea to Summit has a R value of about 4.1, so it's going to be much better in the colder climates. However, in Queensland where I live, you're usually worried about being too damn hot rather than cold. So this is going to be my go-to mat for most of my trips going forward, unless it's going to be really cold, and then I'll take the the 4.1 R value in the C to Summit. So in summary, that's my review of the Zempire MonstaLite single. Comfy, compact, and at a reasonable price. You really can't ask for anything better than that. Unless it's free, of course. Zempire, you listening? Hit me up. A little bit of love. But seriously, check them out. All the links will be in the description below. They make some really good gear. If you got some value from this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like or a comment below. And I'll see you on the next adventure.